Well, Judge Dale Ho really wanted to move deliberately, and his first intent was to make sure that Mayor Eric Adams actually understood this deal. There's been a lot of discussion about this dismissal without prejudice and what that would mean, and the mayor has sort of cast that publicly as meaning that this case is effectively over, and the legalese there is just not true, and the judge made the mayor understand and admit under oath that this case could be brought back by the federal government really whenever the government felt like it. The mayor acknowledged that under oath, but did add that he was not overly concerned about that. And then the judge kind of nibbled on the edges of these quid pro quo allegations we've been talking about by getting the mayor to say that he made no promises and was not threatened as it relates to this case. So the judge was moving deliberately, making a record, and really swearing in the mayor to make sure he understood what this dismissal proposal was.
For the Justice Department, I understand the judge really wanted to understand the reasons for dismissing this case.
Yeah, really, there are two reasons here. And Emil Bovee, you may remember he was one of the defense attorneys in the Manhattan criminal case for President Trump. He's now very high up at the Justice Department, the acting number 2 at this time. And he explained there are two reasons that, in the opinion of the new Justice Department, this case was weaponized and politically motivated against the mayor. And the Justice Department has the right to make the decision. Prosecutors have the right to make the decision about if they feel a case is plainly rotten, and they do, and they're trying to get rid of it. The other point really gets to the other part of the quid pro quo, and that they argue that the mayor, by losing his security clearance as it relates to these federal charges, can't adequately cooperate on issues of terrorism and issues of immigration that impact national security. And they say that is reason enough that this case should not be brought at this time. So that's the sort of explanation and the drilling down that the feds had to do with the judge here.
And let's get to that quid pro quo question, the allegation that the mayor is getting this case dismissed because he's promised to cooperate with President Trump on immigration. Did that come up?
Yeah, it absolutely did. There are a couple of amicus briefs here that the judge is deciding whether or not to consider that make that allegation more well-known officially as far as the court is concerned. Mr. Bovee grew incredulous a couple of times, saying, I am a respected officer of the court. I'm a member of the Justice Department. There is nothing untoward about this request. And then Alex Spiro, who is the one alleged by the former U.S. attorney who just resigned to have made the quid pro quo offer, said, I will stand up and raise my hand and swear no such deal was offered. As I was just talking about, they explained that certainly immigration enforcement, national security matters were discussed, but in the context of the mayor losing his security clearance, and that's why those matters were discussed, or so Mr. Spiro says.
All right, Henry Rossop joining us in Lower Manhattan. A busy day in court. We await that decision from the judge. Thank you.